everyone, and welcome back to the 2018 Granny Square Crochet Along. Today we are making this really pretty Emma square. It's got some nice little bubbles going along on the front, and a few different colours if you wish to change your colours. So you're going to need a few different colours. I think I'm using 5 colours for this. There will be 2 extra rounds on this in addition to what I've already done here. So grab your colours, grab your hook, grab your scissors, and grab your tea, coffee, or in my case today I have got hot Ribena because I'm getting a sore throat and cold. So I've got hot Ribena there, going back to my childhood. So grab your stuff, guys, and let's get going. Okay, so you will need your slip knot, or you will need your magic ring. Now, in a recent Wednesday how-to with Teacup Jojo, I showed you how to do the magic ring, and I also showed you how to do an alternative to the magic ring. So if you want to have a go at that, by all means check out, I think it's how-to number 3. But otherwise you can do the other way, which is to chain 4 or chain 5 and then do a slip stitch into the first chain near your slip knot and make your little ring in the center there. Okay, so once you've got your ring, in whichever way you're doing it, you need to chain 3, and that chain 3 will act as your first double crochet, or you could do the standing double crochet if you wish. Okay, so you've got to chain 3 and that counts as a double crochet, and then you are going to do 15 double crochets into this ring. 15 double crochets. Okay, so do 15 double crochets and I will meet you back when I've done those. And you should have 16 altogether, including your first chain. So 16 double crochets. Okay, and then you're going to do a slip stitch into your top chain. So if you look here where you made your first chain of 3, you're going to count upwards. So 1, 2, 3, and it'll be the very first chain at the top, or the chain right next to your first stitch. So 1, 2, 3, go into that stitch, chain rather, or if you did the standing double crochet, you will be going into the top of your standing double crochet. So then whichever way you've done your ring, just pull that down tighter and there's your first round. Now if you want to continue in this colour, feel free, but what we're actually going to do is do these stitches here. Now if I turn it, you can probably see they sort of slightly raised and sort of little tiny sort of bubbly effect. So you might find that it benefits, you can see it better from a different colour, so up to you. If you want to change colour, then grab your colour and we'll do that colour change in just a sec. Otherwise, hold on for a mo and we will continue. So if you're changing colour, then just fasten off this colour here. So let's just fasten off that yellow, and then I'm just going to grab my next colour. Okay, so I've got this pink, and now what you want to do is join this with a you need to do a slip stitch first into the top of any of these double crochets. So just hold that down there, and I'm only going to show you maybe this one colour change, and then you can head on and do the rest yourself as we go along. And then you want to do a single crochet in that same stitch. Okay, so a slip stitch and then your first single crochet. Okay, if you're continuing in the same colour, then here we go, we are on to round 2, and what you need to do is turn your work and turn your work, and then we are going to make those bubbly stitches. And the reason we turn our work is because when we make the bubbles, they will show on the front. So working on the wrong side, and I'm going to work over the top of these tails, you want to do in the same stitch as you've done your single crochet, you want to do a treble crochet. So that's 2 yarn overs, so 3 loops on the hook, insert into that same stitch, and then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And then in the next stitch you're going, which will be where I've done it, it's where my join my fasten off is. So in the next stitch I can just get my hook in there. It's because I've got my fasten off not there. Sometimes you need to give a bit of a wiggle through just to help it along its way. So I'm going to do a single crochet and then a treble crochet into that same stitch. That's, remember, 2 yarn overs at the start, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so in each stitch you are doing a single crochet and a treble crochet. In each of those 16 double crochets around, you are doing those 2 stitches, and that will make your bubbles on the other side. Okay, so sorry guys, going off camera. So there we go. So continue that all the way around, and when you get back to this end you are going to do a slip stitch into your first single crochet, but I'll meet you back for that. Okay, single crochet and a treble in every stitch. And when you've done your 16 single crochets and double crochets, you are going to do a slip stitch into your first single crochet of the round. And again, because it's the first one, you might need to give it a bit of a wiggle through there, a bit of encouragement, shall we say, and then get those 2 bars on the top there. You see those 2 bars on top, and then just do your slip stitch through there, and that is your second round. I'm going to fasten off there, so just cut my yarn, fasten off there. I can also cut off this yellow because I've worked over the top of this yellow, so let's cut that off, and it's time for round 3. Turn your work back over, and you can see all these really cute little kind of bubbly shapes. I think they're really, really cute. Yeah, and they're in pink, so obviously it's even cuter. So time for round 3. If you're changing colour, grab your colour now. Okay, so I've joined my green in here. I'm really, really enjoying these bright colours at the moment. So nice and cheerful, thinking of spring. So you're going to join it in with a slip stitch as always, and then a single crochet into that same space. So into this, into one of these single crochet spaces. So you've got your treble crochets and your single crochets, trebles and singles. Join it into a single crochet space with a slip stitch and then a single crochet, and then you're going to chain 1. Don't forget, if this is going too fast, you can either press up in the top right or just below, and there's a function where you can slow the video right down and pause and rewind if you need to catch up. So single crochet and a chain 1, and now you are going to skip over this treble stitch, and you're going to do a single crochet in the next single crochet space, and then you're going to do a chain 1, skip over the next treble and do a single crochet in the single crochet space, chain 1, a single crochet in the single crochet space, and I'm going to be working over these 2 tails just to work them in to save less sewing in, and then you're going to chain and a single crochet in the single crochet space. So you're going to work your way around doing your 16 single crochets and chain 1. Okay, so when you've finished, you're going to slip stitch into your first single crochet, and you should have, at the end of that round, you should have 16 single crochets and 16 chain 1 spaces. Okay, single crochet and chain 1, and I will meet you back around here. Okay, so I've done my 16 single crochets and chains all the way around there, and I'm about to do a slip stitch into this first single crochet. Put it in the right place. There we go, under those 2 bars of that single crochet there. Pull through and do your slip stitch, and then I'm going to fasten off that colour and get ready for my next one. So grab your next colour if you're changing, and I'll see you in a mo. So I've changed back to my pink now, and in this chain 1 space, if you're continuing with your colour, then obviously you don't need to be doing that slip stitch, just do a chain 3. So you want to have a chain 3 from this chain space here. Okay, so chain 3, and then that counts as our first double crochet, and then into this same space you want to do another, well, a double crochet. You could do a standing double crochet instead of that chain if you wish to. So you need your chain and your double crochet, or 2 double crochets, and then you need to chain 2, and then you're going to do 2 more double crochets into this space, and this will form your first corner. So we have our first corner, and now we're going to work around into just these chain spaces, not the single crochets, just the chain spaces. Okay, so each side is going to be the same. I'm going to show you the first side. We've got our corner, and then we're going to do 2 half double crochets in our first chain space. So 2 half double crochets into there. Into the next chain space, we're going to do 2 single crochets. Make sure we're going into the right space. So 2 single crochets into the next chain space, and then into the next chain space it's 2 half doubles again. So 2 half double crochets into there, and then we're going to do our next corner. So our next corner is 2 double crochets. Pull the right thread through, go in the wrong place here. Okay, so 2 double crochets in that corner, 2 double crochets, and then 2, oops, what's happened there? My tail getting caught there. Okay, so 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets, and that is your corner. So what you're going to do is you're going to work around the other 3 sides, and you're going to do 2 half double crochets, 2 single crochets, 2 half double crochets, and then for your corner 2 double, chain 2, and 2 double. Okay, and you're going to do that all the way around. If you can't remember, then rewind for this row or this side, and then repeat that down this side and this side and this side, and I'll meet you back to finish off this round. So that's the end of that round, and then we're going to join with a slip stitch either in the top of your standing double crochet, or if you're like me and you've done 3 chains, you're going to find your top chain next to your first double crochet, go into that top chain and do a slip stitch, and then I'm going to fasten off this round and grab my next colour. And I've got my new colour. I'm going back to my yellow, which I had in the centre. And you want to go into one of your corner chain 2 spaces and do a slip stitch, and then you want to chain 2, which counts as a half double crochet, or you can do a standing half double crochet if you wish. So do your half double crochet or standing half double crochet, chain 2, and then we are going to do one more half double crochet in this corner. So half double crochet in that corner, and then you're going to chain 2 and do 2 more half double crochets into this corner. So just like the previous round, except we're doing half double crochets instead of double crochets. Okay, so there's your corner. 2 half double crochets, 2 chains, and 2 half double crochets. And now what you're going to do is you are going to do a half double crochet in every stitch along, and you should have 10 stitches before you get to your next corner. So you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So just so you'll make sure that you're going into every stitch, you might want to count them along. You've got, you know, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so 10 stitches, 10 half double crochets, and then we'll do the next corner together. Okay, 10 half double crochets along, and now into our chain 2 space of our corner we are going to do 2 half double crochets, chain 2, and 2 half double crochets. Nice and simple. There we go. And then you're going to work this around every side. So just move these out of the way. So you're going to do 10 single crochets along here, 1 in each stitch. In your corner, 2 half double crochet, 2 chains, and 2 half double crochets, and then back down doing a stitch in every a half double crochet in every stitch. Do your corner of half double crochets and chains, and then back along, and I'll meet you back at this first corner. So there are my 4 sides done. And if you look back at your first corner, you had your initial chain 2 or standing half double crochet, and you're just going to go into the top of that standing half double crochet, or your second chain, and do your slip stitch. And then I'm going to fasten off that row, that colour, and I'm going to get a new colour. So see you in a second. Okay, so in my corner chain 2 space I have just done a slip stitch and then a single crochet. If you're continuing in the same colour, then just do a couple of slip stitches across here into your corner space, and that's what you can do every time when we say about, you know, working into a corner space. Just slip stitch across if you're using the same colour. So I've changed my colour, I've done a single crochet. And now to complete your corner after a single crochet, you need to do a chain 2. So chain, not a massive one, chain 2, and then a single crochet. So single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And now along this row, what you're going to do, and it's going to be the same on every side, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to miss your first stitch. If you look on the top, you can see this. So this one here next to your corner will be your first one. So you'll miss that. And then if you count back, so you'll miss, and then you'll do miss, stitch, miss, stitch, miss, stitch. And you'll have 7. You will stitch into 7, including this very last one before your corner. Okay, so we'll do this together. But I just wanted to point out there, so you might want to count that you're doing 7 single crochets. So chain 1, and then miss your first stitch, and then go into your next stitch with a single crochet. Chain 1, miss, getting in a tangle, miss your next stitch, and then do a single crochet, into the next stitch. It does help to be looking at the top of your work here to see these stitches. So chain 1, miss a stitch, single crochet into the next one, chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet into the next, chain 1, miss a stitch, single crochet into the next one, chain 1, miss a stitch, single crochet into the next, chain 1, miss a stitch and single crochet into your last stitch, I do believe, into your last stitch along, and that should be 7 stitches. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches along there. And then for your corner, as before, you're going to do a single crochet and a chain 2 and a single crochet. Okay, and then you're going to continue that all the way along the next side. So you're going to do a chain 1, and then you're going to miss a stitch, single crochet into the next, chain 1, miss a stitch, single crochet into the next, and you're going to do that all the way along, and you'll have 7 stitches along here, and then and 7 chains, and then you'll do your corner of single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and you'll do that along every side, and I will meet you back around here. Okay, so I've finished that round of single crochets and chains and missing stitches between, and now I'm not going to change colour for this round. If you look at this previous square that I've done, these are the rows that we're doing now, and this is the one we've just done here, and then the next round is all single crochets. So I'm going to do this row around rows and rounds, all the same thing. So I'm going to do this next round in this single crochet, and then because this pattern for me and my hook size, the hook size we suggest, it hasn't come up to my 6 inches. So what we are suggesting is that we then repeat these 2 rounds. So I'm going to continue in this colour, and then I'm going to change to a slightly darker blue. Okay, if you want to change colour, that's absolutely fine. You could change in your corner space and do a single crochet and then just work. So I have 1 single crochet in this corner so far, 1 single crochet, and then you're going to chain 2 and do another single crochet in that corner. Single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And then you are going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch and every chain space along this side, okay? And then when you get to your next corner, I'll just remind you of that. So 1 single crochet all the way along until you get to your corner space. So it will be this space here between, if you can see here, you've got your single crochet there, and then you've got your chain 2 space. So it's this chain 2 space that we're going to work into for our corner. So go along as far as this first single crochet, and then we'll do the corner together. So I've worked along my side, and now we're back at the corner, this chain 2 space of our previous corner, and you're going to do a single crochet, chain 2 and a single crochet, and that's all there is to it for your corner. So work along doing single crochets into every stitch and chain space, and then at your next corner chain 2 space you're going to do single crochet, chain 2 and a single crochet, and work your way all the way back to the beginning, and I'll meet you around here. And when you've done all 4 sides and you get back to your beginning, you're going to find the top of your first single crochet and do a slip stitch into there. So I'm going to fasten off this colour. This will be my very last colour change. So I've changed my colour to this darker blue, and now we're going to repeat these last 2 rows to make our square the size we need. If your square is almost at the size you need, then you might want to just continue round and do half double crochets, double crochets. It's completely up to you, but I'm going to repeat these last 2 rows. So we're going to do, I'll just remind you of this row back here, 2 rows previously. So we're going to do a chain 2 in the corner, and then a single crochet in the corner, and then a chain 2, and then another single crochet in that corner. So that's our corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then this is when we do the chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, miss a stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet. Okay, and you're going to do that all the way around to the next corner in that chain 2 space in that corner, and you're going to do single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. So all the way around, and I'll see you back around here. And there's the end of that round. That was round 8. And I am going to do one more round. So I'm going to do one more round where I do, in the chain 2 space of the corner, I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet. And then I'm going to do a single crochet all the way around, remembering the corners, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So I'm going to do that for my next round, and then because this is still not the size I need it to be, it's quite a small pattern, I'm probably going to add a couple of double crochet rounds and see how we go. So do your next round the same as we've done before, of your corners and your single crochet in every stitch, and I'll see you in a moment. So this is the end of my rounds of the actual pattern, and now I'm just going to add a row or 2 of double crochet, and I'll just show you what that looks like when I've finished. And there we go. I've just done my double crochet border around the outside, and just to show you, this is our original Emma square size, and then we've added our extra couple of rows here, and then I've done my double crochet border. So there you go. I think it's such a pretty square, and I love these little bobbles on the front. I think they're really cute. So there you go, guys. If you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button for daily video notifications. And if you're not already part of the Facebook group, then in the description box below there's a link to that. We would love to see your squares that you've done. You can upload photos to that each day. I'd love to see some of your Emma square photos. So until next time, guys, just keep hooking and don't let your tea or Ribena get cold.